everybody? R. Felix Finch here, Wrestling with Regret, and I am here with the man behind Rise, Kevin Harvey. Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm great. I am behind Rise. I'm behind this table full of Rise merchandise, Rise talents. Got the Phoenix of Rise champion, Big Swole. Lenny Leonard's here. Big weekend for all of wrestling. Big weekend for us. It's a party, and we're happy to be co-hosts.
Excellent, and I've seen that Rise has been making some very interesting moves lately. Do you want you've opened up to more talent than your strictly women's shows that you've been known to have? What's the thought process behind this?
The thought process is a few things, and I think there's a few people from the very loyal women's wrestling fan base that have their eyebrow up and they're wondering, is this abandoning women's wrestling? We never said we're abandoning women's wrestling. We're on show number, I don't even know anymore, because we had to stop numbering them because we're doing weekly shows. It was episode this show was number that, so we just stopped doing numbers altogether. But our third show we ever did, the main event was Mercedes Martinez and Eddie Kingston. Like, having male wrestlers on the show is not new. We've been doing it since the third event, before we're even a year old. What most people are starting to notice now is we had our show Pride and Joy in Pride Month, the month of June. A lot of different Pride-centric things happen all across the U.S., but the point of the Pride show was to not be a June thing, as can be the case for a lot of businesses out there. As Effie put, the Twitter profile, the Pride variant logo of whatever company or person is there, and then magically July 1st, it's back to whatever it was on May 31st. But we wanted to do more to make pro wrestling better. We knew already a lot of our wrestlers identified as LGBTQ. We knew a lot of our fan base identifies as LGBTQ. And we just really wanted to take that and do more positive with that, to reach out to more talent, to reach out to more fans. And when we first announced Pride and Joy, just as many LGBTQ talents reached out to us as we heard from women for the very first Rise seminar. Very first Rise seminar, we didn't know what would happen. All of a sudden, it's 3 years later, and we've done a lot of good and a lot of things have happened in the world. Now we're in that same spot that we were for Rise 1 for women's wrestling for LGBTQ wrestlers. We know there's a lot of talent out there. We know that we can create just as many opportunities to spotlight, showcase, and develop tomorrow's wrestling attractions, not just tomorrow's women athletes.
Okay, so this isn't as much a rebranding of your mission statement as an expansion.
Exactly. Like we've always said, today's best, tomorrow's brightest. And originally we did boldly say, straight up, developing tomorrow's women athletes, because when Rise started, it was looking ahead at the landscape of being a backfill for talent, specifically for Shimmer. Well, we've been able to backfill the wrestling industry. We've been able to backfill a lot of different areas of the business. And now we're even in a position where we're having to backfill. We lost 11 or 12 girls in the last year, one to retirement, but the rest to signing with AEW, WWE, and we're in a very unique position where let's create more opportunities for more talent. If there's places out there that for whatever reason maybe aren't taking a chance on talents yet, let's be that place to give talents a platform. Let's take those folks that maybe not as many people know about and give them a stage. Once upon a time, Rise was that for Dust, Shotzi Blackheart, Delilah Doom. Why can't we be that same thing for DJ Summers, for Candy Lee, and a whole lot of others?
That's excellent. And I've noticed you mentioned backfill. You've done seminars for companies such as Sabotage in Texas. You've moved around. I believe you did one at AWS, even in SoCal. I've noticed that there's a social media component to your seminar that really stuck with me. Did you want to kind of share that with the world here?
Oh, if you may have to jog my memory, because I talk about social media a lot.
Specifically about Twitter.
Oh, man. Don't be an asshole. Jog my memory, because there's a lot of different soapbox I go on social media.
Yeah, you talked about like things lasting as long as a screenshot, but if you do want to get rid of things...
Oh, yeah, there's an algorithm out there. There's what can be a good friend called tweet delete, but tweet delete's better for the ancient past, because just remember this, when you're on social media, there are drafts folders there for a reason. You can type things in notes, and if you got something really passionate you're going to say, put it in those drafts for at least 1 hour. See if you still give that much of a crap in 1 hour. or if no one's ever going to think about it over again. Because if you tweet it for 10 seconds, somebody somewhere in the world can screenshot that. And if it's hurtful, hateful, ignorant, or just kind of dumb, tweets can come and go, but screenshots are forever.
Wasn't quite direct when I looked at it online. It didn't really explain itself as much as I would be able to ask you questions about it.
Essentially, it's the Rise EDU program. We've done standalone Rise online seminars, for example. We did a commentary one about 2 years ago. It was me, Dave Prazak, and Lenny Leonard. We did a seminar specific for announcers and for commentary. And we've done them as kind of one-offs, and they've done pretty well. Like, the people have enjoyed them. It's done in a video interactive conference. So if people have ever done things like Skype or Google Hangouts, it's essentially that kind of an idea, but with the ability to share documents, to share videos, to have somebody as the facilitator, to ask questions, to call on the person at the desk in another state. It's very interactive. What we're doing is we're expanding that to be basically available around the clock, around the world, one-on-one. And then we also are going to have sort of a college curriculum kind of thing. We're still working out what that looks like. We have a couple professors that we're hoping to get coming on. But let's put it this way. They're seeing if they are contractually able to do such things.
Okay, this is similar to OVW's trade program that they've been developing?
I could not even remotely tell you anything about what OVW is doing right now. I live too much in my own bubble. I'm sorry.
That's fair enough. Let everybody know how to find out more about Rise, how to watch your content, and where to find you if they have questions about developing into tomorrow's wrestling attractions.
Well, if there's one thing I do on the internet poorly, it's hide. Basically everything Rise. If you want to get a hold of me, one of the social medias will do it. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at RiseDTWA. Website rise-wrestling.com. And the best way anyone can support us, $2.99 a month, riseascent.com, or our apps on iOS and Android. That gets you access to the entire damn library.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you.